Hi, Mark Benton from Oneville Barbecue here. For Christmas dinner this year, we decided to try something new and make a glaze for our ham with a cherry Dr Pepper. I went to YouTube to get a start on a recipe and see if anyone else had tried this. So as you can see, on this YouTube search, there's tons of Dr Pepper recipes available, but not a single one for the cherry version. Well, there is now. For the glaze, we're going to mix our ingredients over a medium-high heated pan using the induction burner on our Traeger Ironwood pellet smoker. Now, of course, you could do this inside, but what fun is that? So we start with our main ingredient, a whole 20-ounce bottle of cherry Dr Pepper. We'll add the rest of the ingredients so they can start reducing down. So next is a half cup of apple cider vinegar, followed by an HEB brand Gourmet Warehouse cherry jalapeno barbecue sauce. I used about half the bottle. This will give the glaze a nice little heat, a kick of heat. Then took a bottle of maraschino cherries and poured some of the juice directly into the glaze. But I also took about 12 to 15 cherries, chopped them up, and we're going to add that directly to the glaze to add some texture to it. It's always nice to take a bite of ham and get a little bite of cherry with it as well. And then finally, there's a local supplier named John Henry here in Houston that has a number of fantastic rubs. I'm using their cherry rub, adding a little bit of that to the glaze. Now we want to stir that up to make sure that everything incorporates well, and just let it reduce. Bring it up to a simmer, let it sit. You're going to want to stir it from time to time. This is about 20 minutes later, and you can see the deeper color that's appeared from reducing it to around half of its original amount. You'll want to keep stirring and reducing it until it reaches kind of a syrupy condition, as you can see here. So next I took it off the burner and moved it over to a table to cool a bit before transferring it into a pan that was a little more manageable to use as I'm applying the glaze to the ham. A little bit more mixing just to make sure everything's well, and that consistency looks just perfect. So speaking of the ham, mine had spent 3 hours in my Texas Smoke King already and was temping between 130 and 135 internal. So now's the time to start applying the glaze. So this is the first coat, and we're going to come back and reapply this about every 20 minutes over the next about hour and 20 minutes or so, until the ham's ready to remove, until it reaches about 145. So the first coat, you don't need to put on too heavy. I probably put on more than I needed to on this one, because you're going to put another 3-4 coats on there. Now this will darken up quite a bit, as you can see from the final photos here, but it wasn't burnt and it tasted outstanding. The whole family loved it. It was salty, smoky, sweet, Dr Peppery. Those little bits of cherry really set it off. This was really a fantastic glaze that I highly recommend you give it a try. And so does Parker. You can see how one bite made him react, so take his word for it. Thanks for watching. Have fun till we'll see you again.